I think there's been a couple main themes that have been sort of revolving in every sphere that I've been in the last 2 weeks, which is accountability, self-awareness, and on the other side of that, really figuring out what my fight is. And I say that.
Interesting, your fight.
Yeah. How you want to set it off?
You said you wanted to do another like introductory thing. So I'll let you start, and I'll kind of follow your lead.
Okay.
And then jump into whatever you want to jump into first.
Okay, so let's we have a name for this now.
Yes, we do.
We didn't have a name.
We did not
on that last episode. Welcome to the Midseason Podcast.
Welcome.
My name is Nea Iyana. I might look like that Chino G rapper girl. Why you laugh?
Because that was so humble.
Yeah, but we testing out a new lane, so we're here now. Rapper, singer, songwriter, creative director, producer, basketball coach by night.
No, she might also be Batman.
Might also be Bateman. That commercial is funny. I do a little bit of everything, but as long as it's creative, as long as it's impactful. My co-host across from me is.
I'm Jay. I struggle with naming the things that I do because I do so much, but I'll say as long as it feels beautiful, I do it. That. Anything that feels beautiful.
I like that.
And any opportunity to make a little bit of money too.
Look, it's a name for everything. That I can add speaker on there.
Yes.
The one tag I won't give is influencer because I think it speaks for itself. I don't really feel the need to call myself that, especially the way that is almost demonstrated now. It's a little bit cheesy to me, the way I think of an influencer now. Before it just used to be like, huh?
I was gonna say, how do you think of an influencer?
Before it just used to be everybody. You walk in the room, you say something, word is bond. You doing something, it becomes a trend. If you against something, that becomes the new popular opinion. Like, I think it's more so that than almost like assuming that you're influencing somebody because you got a camera set up. That don't mean I'm at the crib doing it.
Real.
You're getting paid.
Real.
That's two separate things for me.
Okay.
But, yeah, so that's one title I won't give myself.
I feel you.
I think other people.
I guess you would be more comfortable with saying you're one with influence rather than.
I'm very affluential and influential.
Real.
But I don't think I'm an influencer.
Real, because you're not hitting it and shit. Right. Okay.
Right.
I hear you.
And then the fucking Cheez-Its commercial interrupt my influence and then I come back in.
And that is.
Yeah, that's not my style, but you know, no shade. Do what you do, everybody. You know.
Real.
But yeah, we didn't have a name. We have a name now. Midseason. If you've seen anything that we've posted thus far, we kind of been, we've kind of explained, I think the meaning behind it, but just if you missed it, Midseason was something that for me was more so about navigating different seasons. It was also about being present in what could be your most profound season, which is the one you're in the middle of right now. So mid-season, the season you're in the middle of, basically, right?
Yeah, I can agree. I feel like...
Not you can agree, that's what it is.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I actually, if I had to explain it in my own terms, I would say it kind of like it's the same thing. Like, it has been birthed in kind of like a liminal space. Yeah. So it's like, you know, you kind of aren't aware when you're in the middle of something, when you're in the middle of it. Niggas be like, I used to pray for times like this to rhyme like this, not realizing that, oh damn, I'm in the times like this that I was rhyming about. Yeah. So it's kind of like, you know, that, like you said, that in between space, like there's really no better way to kind of explain it.
So with that being said, I don't think there's anything that we can't touch on as a topic, considering the fact that new shit happens every day. Anything could happen at any point. With that, some things that have happened since the last time we sat in this room.
Yeah.
Whew. It's been a lot.
Yourself.
It's been a lot. I think there's been a couple main themes that have been sort of revolving in every sphere that I've been in the last 2 weeks, which is accountability, self-awareness, and on the other side of that, really figuring out what my fight is. And I say that...
Interesting, your fight.
Yeah. I say that in correlation with the Black people, I think.
Okay.
Being a Black woman, and in my experience, and an observer of other Black people's experiences right now, and just, like I said, trying to, I think, figure out my fight and where I stand.
Yeah.
For instance, with this, like, I don't know, the media right now is very crazy. And I've just seen Black women, it look like we getting dragged a little bit across different fields. And for me, with that, it's just kind of been like, well, where do I stand as a mostly masculine presenting woman, but a woman nonetheless? And seeing this, where, like,
you say that with your chest out. Masculine presenting, you got your chest out.
Today's a different.
I'm just joking. I'm just playing with you.
I'm getting my Miguel on.
I'm just playing with you.
Fucking.
But I hear what you're saying, though. I think that, yeah, like you said, across many fields, Black women find themselves. Here's the thing for me, is that I don't think Black women have ever not found themselves in the space of kind of fighting for their life. It's just now we're seeing it. It's, like you said, in media a lot more. I don't feel like there's enough space you can't hide behind it no more, which is, I think, is an effect of or a consequence of our civic situation, which I kind of love, because it's like, now y'all can't hide behind shit.
That's true. I think for me, in terms of, like, it's not a matter of, do I stand with these women or do I stand with those? It's a matter of, for me, it's just about not becoming a victim in this situation where you easily could become one and identify with it and be justified in it because, like I said earlier, accountability is lacking. And this could be controversial. I hope it's not. But for me, I'm trying to not make it vague. I think, because just last week we was talking about how Black people navigating through it, just kind of aware of what's going on. There's this group of people going through that. We're witnessing this group of people going through that. All being oppressed, right? And we just kind of like, well, it ain't our turn. But when it is our turn, which it could at any time always be, it's like, do I ignore the fact that I'm also doing very well and creating a new narrative for myself and seeing the little bit of influence that I have on other people positively? Or, and in doing that, am I turning
almost
a blind eye? I don't want to be that girl.
Yeah.
But I also do want to advocate for the fact that, like, you can still be doing well right now. But you can do well and very much so address the bullshit too.
Yeah.
Fuck Caitlin Clark. Yeah. Okay, I had to say it. I'm tired.
So, piggybacking off fuck Caitlin Clark, I don't really follow much about sports, and Nea would tell you this. The only sport you can probably get me to talk about is baseball, and I'm not in it for stats. I'm in it for entertainment. Yeah. That said, you know, go Cubs, go Padres. But
you got the wrong hat on.
It's blue. Listen, I can't really fuck with the Dodgers right now because the Dodgers got this Padres out of the last series. So
well, you just told me I can't listen to Mariah the Scientist and think she's ass. You have a Dodgers hat on and you're talking about you can't fuck with them.
You getting off topic. I don't. Okay, it's not right. That I don't fuck with them all year. It's that I'm holding a resentment right now. Damn, can I have it?
Maybe. Okay.
But back to what you were saying about, you know, the kind of fork in the road you find yourself in, which is being a Black woman and being successful in times of, you know, civil chaos, and also being an advocate for those who may not be doing so well in civil chaos,
right,
without compromising the fact that you feel strong and kind of empowered by where you are. For that,
well said.
Thank you. I try. For that much, I feel like what I can say as someone who spends probably 96% of my time around Black women is that it all comes down to, for me, and my observation, is a certain level of mental, emotional, and, you know, almost cognitive fortitude. I think that a lot of Black women have, if not all Black women, are born with this power, this ability to alchemize any situation they find themselves put in and make it, if not the best they can, whilst fighting against the hidden forces that are kind of trying to keep them bogged down, be that the political system, be that social circles, be that their friends, be that their own brain, be it their heart, be it their men, be it their, whatever it is. I think in your case, what might help you, because this is what helps me in my case, is that, you know, being able to stand in your power and stand in your success doesn't necessarily kind of overshadow the fact that this is also something I have experienced, may experience, and it doesn't take away from what I've been able to do for myself. And if anything, that empowers me to advocate.
Yeah, very much so an advocate. It's always a matter of, there's different seasons for different advocations, if that's a word.
Advocacies.
Yeah, like there's different seasons for it. Right now, like I said, I feel very much so like it's about accountability and self-awareness in the Black community, and simultaneously it's about like, but also like, these people can be empowered on this side. It may feel like an attack at first, but these people can be empowered and uplifted, and then there's another side of it where it's like you're almost in it with them.
Okay,
right?
And
like,
so
I can step us away from this for a moment to not necessarily drop a level, because that, I don't like the way that sounds, but like, just get in the fight with you. Sometimes that's my thing. I in a lot of spaces, in work, music, business, anything, I have a martyr spirit. So if I don't like how shit is going on around me, whether or not it affects me directly, I don't mind being the nigga that brings it to the forefront, and then also like ignites the change, or like demonstrates how we can get to that point. For example, I told you this. I was just at the emergency room with my soon-to-be, but with my partner this past week, and she is not. She's let me get her right quick.
Are you trying to describe her physically, like what she would look like?
She presents, she gets mixed up a lot as Latina or Italian. Those are like the two biggest identifiers where we find ourselves correcting people like, no, she doesn't. We don't speak. We don't.
Y'all can't gorla me.
We can't, and we don't habla it.
Yeah.
So it's like, but this past weekend in the ER with her, she was being seen for something, and the waiting room was very disturbing, as I'm sure it is for everybody. But the way that I witnessed the black patients, black women to be specific, being mishandled and almost antagonized as patients in the ER.
Yeah.
Bitch, she's not here for a checkup. She's not getting a dental cleaning. She's fucking screaming at the top of her lungs, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's yelling at you. She'd like to be seen as soon as possible.
Yeah.
White female nurses, and there's white females at the front desk, and there's white women pushing you back into triage, and there's white women coming out calling your name, and it was just like they were the bad guys in that scene. If that was a movie, that was they were the antagonists.
Yeah.
And that hit for me. It was like my girl got in, she got seen. She got
okay. Yeah, I think I see where this is going.
You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
She got seen. She got her treatment plan. We got the payment, and then we were dismissed.
Yeah. So I think in hearing that,
mind you, same two black women been screaming this entire time. Have not even seen a nurse in the room right beside us, because now they do this like ghetto thing where like. It's just curtains that are the separators of the patients.
That's ER. That's ER shit.
And I'm like, well, damn, it's been a long time since I've been, because I must watch too much TV, because I was like, what is this place? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, not everybody get not everybody gets their own room. That's
type
a certain
shit.
That's a certain hospital thing. ER is kind of like quick treatments. Like,
shit, it wasn't quick. She was screaming for 45 minutes,
not quick,
upwards of 45 minutes for the nurse. Mind you, we had been seen, nurse, doctor, payment, dismissed.
Yeah.
All in that.
Yeah. So I think, because kind of going back to,
let me tell you how this visit ended. As soon as she handed me my receipt, I looked at that nurse and I said, somebody needs to fucking go to that room beside us. Mind you, I held my tongue. I wanted to make sure my girl was good and we was paid and we could walk out before I decided to be a martyr for change. But somebody needs to go in there and fucking see this girl. She's been screaming for a fucking hour.
Yeah.
And then I bust out the fucking doors.
And ran so that they didn't take back all their care.
Come on, baby. I don't want them to take
Give me back that damn blood.
Right, yeah, no.
Yeah.
What the
yeah.
It wasn't my fight, but it was.
And I understand. So I was gonna say, as far as like, because I'm kind of taking it, I'm drawing the line in the web back to what you said when you first brought this up, which is, for you, it's kind of, you're kind of stuck at this fork in the road, and it's kind of like, it kind of reminded me of when Black people kind of get privy to like a certain type of privilege. You kind of end up in that same fork in the road, like, okay, what do I do? Do I continue to do things that put me in a position to be like a part of this privilege, and kind of like, you know, oh, I'm gonna keep doing this because maybe I'll get seen faster if I'm with these people, or maybe I'll move up faster if I keep doing these things? Or do you do you stay in the trenches with your people and kind of like, you know, make the decision to, okay, well, this is something I noticed now. It was nice to see that, you know, this is the type of proximity that I could be in, but seeing this highlighted the discrepancy between the two. So what do I do? And as far as, that's a pivotal fork in the road for a lot of people, because that's when people either move into, you know, kind of distancing themselves from one thing in order to acquire another thing, or find themselves in like the most guttural places trying to, you know, build something.
Yeah.
And I think just a quick tidbit about the healthcare system that is steeped in racism.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Black people have this sort of makeup and this sort of ability that makes them subhuman, but also superhuman, so that they can't feel pain. So when they saying they feel pain, it's quite impossible, because what the fuck, you're Black. You're supposed to be able to withstand all these lashings. What do you mean?
Type.
So, and then again, a lot of the healthcare information that we have, including, I know a lot of people learned about the whole body mass index thing, is science that was not practiced over and over and over on women. It was practiced over and over and over on white men. So there's slow development, but it's not fast enough if we still in 2025 and Black women got to be screaming at the top of their lungs to get their shit. Yeah, it's always interesting when you kind of start. I would say for a long time I was blind to a lot of the experiences of Black people and Black women, and that's because I grew up in I was 15 minutes from Kennesaw. Okay. I was in Fulton County, Roswell, Georgia. Okay.
That was not 15 minutes.
Kennesaw was not that far.
It was probably like 30.
Depending on who's driving, it was fucking 15. Okay.
It could have been.
But you know, growing up in the South, especially depending on the type of Black people you grow up around.
And the type of Black people that you are deemed to be.
And the
I think we were middle class in the eyes of our white counterparts. I don't think we look like we had it bad.
I don't think our white counterparts would say, "Oh yeah, those are some middle class folks. They're doing well." No, we were one of the good ones. If I'm just being quite honest, fair. White people were like, "Oh yeah, those are some good niggas." To
this day, I got white people calling me one of the good ones.
I love saying it back. Oh my God, that's one of the best feelings in my life. It's like having a conversation with somebody white and it's not terrible. Like, you know what? You're one of the good ones.
I love that
type shit. But yeah, growing up, I was, we see how the education system and the curriculum is changing now, but even then, how it's been whitewashed, it's kind of like, if I didn't have my mama in the back of my ear yelling at me like, "And you're Black, so you got to remember this," then I would have grown up
silly faced,
silly fucking faced.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's what, it's not even sticky for me, because I, without hesitation, will always choose the people that look like me. But yeah. I think,
but will the people that look like you choose you?
I think that's where it gets sticky. It's like, because funny enough, I did advocate for that girl on the way out. I didn't feel entitled to a thank you or anything.
Yeah.
I didn't need her to even acknowledge that I was speaking on her behalf. There have been situations, though, where I inserted myself in somebody else's fight off the strength. Off the strength.
Yeah.
And what I received was kind of an underhand.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. But in terms of just what I feel like is being brought to the forefront for me, is like, yes, how you said earlier, kind of navigating in the middle of a season where it's like, I'm doing okay. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually.
Yeah.
And I'm pursuing more. I think that's more so what it is. It's less about what I've acquired now. I think it's more so about what I'm in pursuit of.
Yeah.
And I feel entitled to and encouraged to continue to pursue. I think that's my my personality. I have a more personality.
I'm gonna change one of the words that you use, because entitlement is not something that I feel like in the sense of, in many senses, that Black people have. So I'm gonna change that to empowered.
That's fair.
Because I don't feel like
It's a negative connotation.
Yeah, it's I don't feel like, even though I would love to feel entitled to some shit.
Listen, I be spinning it. Okay, this is pause, and this is gonna be a clip on its own.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get that resentful of white privilege and entitlement that I'll practice it myself.
How do you like it, bitch?
If I'm crossing the street and that hand is red and the white lady in front of me felt like, I dare you to hit me, I'm going right with her.
Yeah.
Because I'm entitled to whatever the fuck she thinks she entitled to.
Compensation if she get hit.
Listen, it's a nutty thing to do, but it's boosted my confidence so much. It's a little delusional to think that, because the reality is, if them cops pulled up, they was gonna look at my dumb ass like,
the hand was red.
The hand was red, and you're telling me,
first of all, it would be like, search her. And like, that's the first thing.
It's different, but I just say that to say, like, I'm almost that delusional about my empowerment that I'll practice entitlement.
Yeah.
I hate the connotation. So for that, but it's like, I could do it too.
Yeah. I think
I can do it too. White people cross the street without looking, I'm doing it too. I'm doing it too.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like for me, I'm really not one to follow a white person's lead.
I'm fucking weak. Don't make it sound like I'm following a white person's lead.
No. I'm just saying, like, I think that's just a mindset thing, is that people will make you feel like you're being entitled when you are empowered. And that's why I don't like the word entitled, because
respect that.
Why do you feel like you can do this? You feel like you're entitled to do something like this? I'm like, actually, no, I just have the power to do it. That. I'm an autonomous being. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And so it's just, you know me, I'm the syntax police. So it's like, I'm very big on like the words, because what you are saying, impact and intention. What is your intention? And then what is the impact? So, but back to what you were saying about, moving through the world empowered as a Black woman to do what it is you feel like you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, with that has me on the side to empower some people and also maybe offend some people, but with the intention of empowering.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to. I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be different times where I need to present this way.
Yeah.
Less about even presenting, but just about where I'm going to be present at. I need to be present here. And I think right now I'm present in my pursuit, but I am mindful of what's going on around me. And in that, I'm trying to practice temperance in also being present there.
Yeah.
And the thing that I know how to do in those spaces is lead by example and advocate and offer my ear and offer my voice, and when I can, even financially, like support a cause.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my bit on that. I feel like that can cause me to spiral into 100 other conversations, because I'm so passionate about, I think it's Black empowerment, but it's really a big thing. It's just about the advancement of your spirit.
Yeah. My
spirit feels like I'm going to be this type of person. I'm going to have this type of access. I'm going to. So with that knowledge, what do I do with what I have now? How do I,
Yeah. I feel you. I think it's funny because, you know, I started class again on Wednesday, and I had my first class for communications on Thursday, and our professor asked us, he was like, name 3 things you're passionate about. And I think in this season for me, I'm very passionate about music again. Finally, thank
Yay.
God.
I'm gonna drop a bomb right there. Drop a bomb on that.
You stupid. I'm very.
That shit.
I wish you had one of those.
No, swear to God, I'm getting one.
I'm very passionate about music again, and it feels very nice. It feels very good. Just listening to, shout out JoJo, Too Little Too Late.
I thought you was about to say, see, well, I was about to throw this fucking chair.
First of all, karma's a bitch and life is a nightmare.
She got
and never fucking forget it. But no, JoJo, Too Little Too Late. I've been on that shit all week, and she just, it's something about a guitar in the middle of some R&B that make me want to just.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he asked what 3 things we were passionate about, and I said music. Haven't taken my sociology class last semester. I'm very into socialism right now. And it felt so natural to say, but I was just like, Black women. I'm so passionate about Black women right now.
Thank you.
And in that, I also have to be passionate about Black men.
That's
because
they see you.
my Black men, like my niggas, I love y'all.
They see you.
I think I like the trying to build a community and build a bridge, between, you know, a stronger bridge between Black women and Black men.
There are some people
trying to like really have those conversations
and
about the things.
Ignorant motherfuckers on the other end that's gonna throw a wedge.
And there will always be, but I'm hoping that, like you said, sometimes you have to offend. Like you got to say some shit that's like jarring to get people to kind of get out of their mindset about shit. Yeah. And it's interesting to me that when I'm seeing these bridges trying to be built and trying to be constructed and the foundations trying to be strong, the most jarring things that I do see are the Black people that are against it. The Black people that are like, kind of just, you say one thing and it's like, they're looking for follies in what you're saying. And it's like, if you just slow down and stop being so triggered and offended and wanting to maintain this status quo that's not even really working for you, you can really see where people are coming from. Yeah. Not everybody that's saying something to you about yourself or about behaviors that they notice is trying to, like, you know, boots read you down. Like, nobody's trying to boots clock your tea. Like, not everybody's trying to do that. Like, some people are trying, like, I love you and I'm trying to work towards the betterment of myself. And if I want you in my life, accountability. Yes, you have to be accountable and self-aware of what the fuck you're bringing, not just into my life, but into your own life as a whole. Where the fuck is the awareness?
Somebody dropped it. Where the fuck?
They dropped the awareness and picked up the fucking audacity. It's sickening. It's like, damn. I just feel like, I thought what you were gonna say was you're seeing the effort going into the bridge, and then simultaneously you're seeing the distractions trying to collapse it. I'm also seeing that. Yes. There's like, you have the people that are intentionally sabotaging what's actively happening, but then you have the fucking Trump. Trump. And then you turn your attention, you like, wait. This dialogue about Black love could wait. Money! Like, recession. The jobs. You get distracted over there, or you actively building, and we're talking about spirituality, and then you start seeing the churches is fucking cracking down on whoever they cracking down, whatever time of the month they feel like cracking down, because it's a new problem every Tuesday at the church. So whoever they decide, but then that becomes a distraction, and then you even have the things that the problems that don't even belong to us becoming ours, and that's a distraction from what we actively need to be working on, which is our collective. When I say I'm speaking to the collective, I dead ass mean Black people. And you can be
Well, I don't think God would do that to you. I was gonna say you could maybe have been black in the past and in a white body now, and maybe you understand it, but that's damnation. That's that's worse than purgatory. I don't know why he would take you and then send you back that way.
If I'm putting it in a because I have an unfortunate philosophy that most people are inherently good, which sets me up to break my own heart sometimes.
I'm like,
but I have this inherent belief that people are inherently good. So, and knowing God as being omniscient and omnipotent and all those good things, perhaps God might send you back in a white body because you might have some privilege to do more than you could have in a black body.
And so then if that's the case, I'm talking to you too. When I'm talking to
But you gotta know it. You gotta know it.
You have to be self-aware. When I'm talking to the collective, there's an archetype.
Yeah.
And not only is it a physical one? There's a spiritual one, and there's a mental one, and a lot of it has to do with you understanding that right now is an illusion, and we are ultimately preparing ourselves for better. I'm not saying don't enjoy where you are now. I'm not saying don't even take it serious. Do so knowing that we got somewhere else we trying to be. We got kids that we need to get somewhere else too.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna work with us being, one, unaware of ourselves, two, in denial of ourselves, and three, just fucking ignorant.
Yeah.
Which is a choice. Slavery wasn't. Ignorance is. I don't know what the fuck Ye was on, but ignorance
I know what he was off.
There we go.
But
ignorance is.
Yeah, and I think that plays into my whole, thing about the whole anti-intellectualism movement.
Pop it, go ahead. I know you was waiting.
It's just,
you see how I segued that for you?
I thank you. You really did me a solid. Me having recently stepped into higher learning, and getting more of a understanding of, let's be fucking for real. In high school, nobody paid attention to economics. Nobody took civics seriously in high school. Yeah. But becoming an adult and having to be a part of this process and a part of this, basically a part of real life now, it has become ever apparent to me that the goal of the system we find ourselves a part of is anti-intellectualism, because if you don't know, you can't fight us. And so what I think the inherent thing in Black folk is that Black folk are very much so of spirit. I feel like it's just it's innate, it's nature, until it's changed by a system that throws you under fluorescent lights, teaches you a curriculum that has been completely changed, and then grooms you for a workforce that'll keep you essentially in the loop for the rest of your life. And the only way to figure out that there is a loop is to know about it. In order to know about it, you have to learn. The best way to learn, for me and for a lot of people, is to be taught and to read. And that's why we've got 98 banned books this year, because that's why AI is so turned up. Because why think for yourself?
Yeah.
Why have any sort of critical thinking, objectivity, any ability to analyze and then evaluate and then judge?
Yeah.
If you could just believe what we tell you.
Yes. First of all, shout out to you on your higher learning journey.
Thank you very much.
As a 2-time college dropout.
Type shit.
Well, look, cause
it ain't for everybody.
It's not.
Some people don't need it.
I needed it when I needed it. I was in the middle of that season. I needed it then. I cultivated community. I fortified my craft. I was like, I needed it.
Getting it in them dorms.
Met some bitches. Like I needed school when I needed. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna scratch that out. I needed. I had some amazing professors who one helped me to understand my strength in writing, really.
Yeah.
as a scholar, but also my ability to take scholastics outside. And so I outgrew the schedule and the format of the higher learning system.
Okay, yeah.
But I never outgrew knowledge and like the other part of school, which is community. That's always been big for me. What I can't find in maybe an index, someone next to me has had access to that book before, or that film before, or has met that professor before. And so I'm for it as much as I'm not for it. I'm for people honestly advancing themselves in the way that they feel, but emphasis on advancing but you got to be doing something. We're not going to become dependent on the AI.
Very true. And
the singular opinions, because at the end of the day, now what I did learn in school was
what I learned in boarding school is
what I did learn was the need for peer review.
Yes.
Was the need for rough drafts.
Yes.
Was the need for revisions. Was the need for almost I won't say it's a hierarchy, but ultimately it's going to your professor. And before it gets there, you want it to go through this revision software, you want this peer to check over it, you want that tutor to check over it, and then you want the teacher's assistant to get eyes on it before you feel comfortable handing it up.
The necessity for checks and balances.
Yeah. We're not just taking the first opinion we see and running with it. That's the issue. It's like laziness.
It's the lack of critique.
Yeah.
The root word of critical thinking is critique.
Yeah.
It's not to be harsh and critical and just...
That's because people are lacking what? What's that thing? Accountability.
I think...
You can't take critique if you're not ready to be accountable.
And I understand critical thinking is a skill that has to be developed. And I think, kind of like you said, for me, I'm a huge fan of hierarchy when you have a good leader. And when you have a good leader, when you have a sub leader. So if this nigga's not here,
right? This the chef, this the sous chef, this
is the poissonnier.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
You know what I'm saying? Yes,
absolutely.
So yeah, I'm a huge fan of hierarchy. Run this. I mean, it works in the kitchen. You know why? Because it's military shit.
Yeah,
it's run like a military brigade in the kitchen. And if you have a great sous chef and you have a great head chef, then that ship is not gonna sink. Yeah. Shout out The Bear. I love that show, and that's got me learning about the kitchen.
That's not what has me learn. I've been in the service industry for 11 years now, and
started from the bottom. Now you here.
Love
type
it.
Shit. Yeah,
I work in a very... We're not fine dining in any way, shape, or form.
But it's such a fine experience.
It's a fine experience, and we implement a lot of things from fine dining, as much as we implement hospitality, as much as we place an emphasis on knowledge.
Yes.
There are 900 bottles behind me when I get to work. I don't know all 900. I've been there for 7 months now.
Yeah.
I'm learning actively. And you have to be almost... What I pride myself on being... I've been this way since I was 9. I'm very self-activating. Nobody has to tell me to initiate. That's my build. Okay. I know, because I know I'm going to need it.
I think that's kind of in part, like, again, like you said,
that's why I can do without school. I'm self-activating.
But also it's for me, you're self-activating, but the things that you did learn from school, kind of, it draws a line to what I feel like I'm learning from school, which is community teaches you empathy.
Yeah.
If you approach life with empathy, if you do something wrong, you know it's a learning lesson. If somebody else does something wrong, you know it's a learning lesson. If you have empathy and you can empathize with yourself, when you fuck up, you can acknowledge that you fucked up. You can be accountable and self-aware because you have empathy for yourself.
Yeah.
When you build community in college, I feel like most people who get their college friends and they are lifelong friends learn those lessons there.
I think so too.
Another thing that you learn in higher learning that you said you learned that I learned in a different way, but I'm actively practicing in higher learning, is curiosity. If you move through life with empathy and curiosity, I feel like you can never do no wrong, because you can have empathy in any situation, professional, personal, any kind of situation. You can have curiosity in any situation, and that'll leave you open to a certain type of exchange you won't have if you are not curious and not empathetic. If you are self-centered and you are not open to any sort of new learning, any sort of anything, if you just don't got no questions, how the fuck you gonna grow? How the fuck are you gonna learn if you ain't got one question?
Pride yourself on the questions. Again, I think that comes with under accountability is shame.
Yeah.
Because some people be ashamed of the question. Yeah. I'm never ashamed to ask because I'm not ashamed of not knowing, because I'm aware that not knowing is
natural.
It's not a flaw.
Yeah.
It's
a part of being a human being.
Right. So with that, like that, I mean, that was just it.
It's
like,
just, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
I think for the better part of this podcast, we have been talking about self-awareness and accountability. I think we've honed in on where we'd like to see it more because they look like us, but it's not to beat down on us. I think I want to reiterate the fact that we have seen us at our best. If you're lucky, they haven't erased all the films yet. They haven't taken away all the texts yet. Yeah. If you're lucky, you've been made privy. You've seen an image of it. You've read about it. You've heard about it. Us at our best. Us aware of our best. And I think that's just what I'm in pursuit of myself with. I'm running alongside the people that are after that too. That's my collective as well too. I feel very much a part of the advancement collective, very much a part of the, I want to say metaphorically, the heirloom collective, because it's like the heirloom is the awareness of ourselves. You can't lose that. Yeah. And you got to pass it along to somebody.
And then they tried so hard for you to lose it.
Listen. And so if you haven't, shout out to you.
Shout out to you.
But you got to tell somebody else. You got to tell your neighbor, listen,
you fucking up. You're not doing what you need to do.
You're not doing what you need to do.
You know what you need to do because you've been living in this cycle and this goddamn rat race, running in this circle and this damn cyclical cycle for 14 years. God damn it. Ain't no way you can't see it in 14 goddamn years.
Ain't no way, if you can't see it, cool. Ain't no way you ain't heard about it.
Ain't no way nobody ain't tell you.
Everybody ain't looking at you with your own eyes. If you haven't seen it in 14 years,
somebody has told you.
Somebody's seen it and told you about it.
And so now you blind and you stubborn.
And now you just goddamn stupid. Because now you're ignoring it.
Now you like it.
Don't take advantage. Don't take for granted the people that love you, that's around you, trying to get you right.
That's telling you. And I think that's another thing. It's like, I don't know why it's so hard to hear from the people who love us the most the worst things about us.
Because you feel closer to their experience and they're close to you. Oh, yeah, sometimes you want to hear from people you feel like you're far from. Yeah. Because you're not sure what they really living through. If your mama that's lived through this is telling you, you gotta aspire to be better, but she right around the corner, y'all in the same house. You're like, what are you aspiring to? Because underneath, you resent where y'all at. Yeah. You don't want to hear that. But if the rich little bitch around the corner with the blog that's popping come around and tell you, all you gotta do is this. You don't know she fighting with her nigga every day, but you know her blog popping. You can take what she's saying. You don't have, because why? Because you just need that one opinion. You're not it's just fact checking. It's
just right. And it's like they don't even have the facts on you. Like your people got the facts on you. If somebody who has known me in my 27 years
Damn, you about to be 27?
Yeah. All right.
No, I'm about to be 30.
So what I've decided
29.
So that's basically 30. So what I've decided to do was, after my 27th birthday, especially because I'm turning 27 on the 27th, I'm no longer acknowledging my numerical age. I think that's antiquated. And I'm only gonna focus on my growing wisdom because
I know that's right.
I countenance intellect and wisdom a lot more than I countenance my quantitative age. Okay. So fuck that. I'm gonna be 27 for the rest of my life, like Beyonce been 30 for 14 years.
Do not.
So, but that being said,
them 30 candles. She's been using that same 3 and 0 for 15 years,
and she looks damn good. So if she can do it, I'ma fucking do it. But
we love to be here.
Yeah, no, I think if anybody who's known me in my almost 27 years of life is telling me, look, I've seen you through your good seasons, your bad seasons. I've seen you through 26 seasons, and 22 of them, you've been doing this thing that makes everybody feel this kind of way. Maybe you should look at yourself. And my first instinct is to get irate. And be like, how the fuck could you say that about me? I've been through so much.
Yeah.
It's like at some point you've got to just be like, damn, this nigga really been looking at me for 26 years and been telling me I got the same fucking pattern. But why can't, what am I doing?
Right, don't be in denial.
I think denial is a river in Utah. Okay.
Don't be in denial.
And I just think that it's just so unfathomable.
Yeah.
How hard it is to watch people deny parts of themselves that 47 other people have seen. And it's like, but you know I love you. I'm just telling you because I love you.
Quite frankly, to that person, you are in the middle of your season. You are in the middle of your pivot season.
Please pivot.
Please pivot.
Please use your pivot foot.
Pivot so that you can reflect.
Yes. And that's the most fun part.
Because then you be like, oh shit. That was me. If somebody had all your fucked up decisions in a yearbook,
nigga, it'd be so interesting.
It would be interesting, but you would be like, damn.
Look at all the shit I let happen.
No.
Look at all the shit I sat with. Look at all the shit I did.
But also look at where I'm at right now.
Right.
I chose to pivot.
You don't even give yourself the satisfaction of a fucking victory.
If you keep popping that shit.
I'm just saying, if it's the best feeling in the world is outgrowing the worst version of yourself. And I'm not gonna lie, niggas be shitty. I was shitty. Can't even hold you. I was not excellent. Okay. I was not I was worse than subpar.
Hardly anybody is excellent pre-27. Like, you know,
I don't know, look at Jesus.
We ahead of our ancestors. Niggas wasn't getting it together till 40 up.
That's true. You know
what I'm saying? And mommy says that often.
Yeah.
Pivot. Y'all can see this? Pivot. Pivot. Coach says fake right, fake left. Like, please. Please. Pivot.
Stupid.
But most importantly, fuck Caitlin Clark. All right, back to that. Yeah, no. And I mean that. Fucking, how you in the fucking WNBA and can't go left-handed?
Let's not even make this podcast about that. How about this? Angel, baby, listen, Angel, I'm talking to you right now.
Angel. That's my good Taurus.
She a Taurus?
She a Taurus.
I knew I fucked with her. Listen, Angel, we see you. We value you. You ball like a motherfucker.
Some.
And we support you.
Angel, fuck Caitlin.
Angel, we got you, girl.
It's bigger than, because when I'm saying it, Caitlin is synonymous with everybody that she brought into the league as a fan.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't just her.
Bro.
It's the people coming in with the
fuck you and your Navy.
With the
and your Army and your Navy.
And all of that. It's the people that you brought with you. Because these are the people that are for lack of a better word, they are aware of the progress that's being made and afraid of it.
Mm-hmm.
And ain't nothing worse than a nigga that's aware and afraid of progress.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you call police. I ain't gonna take it there. I don't want to get...
I don't want to get too political.
I don't want to get political at all. I'm trying to get societal.
Let's go socialism.
Like, no, for real. I'm really gonna talk about it a lot the next podcast. I just want you to know. I really
get it.
am. But I think I like this one in terms of the grand scheme of things, which it feels like in everything that we've talked about, it all streamlined back here.
Real. It all fell in the pot, and now we got good gumbo. Okay.
I don't like gumbo.
I think that's the most controversial thing you've ever said, like, in life, actually.
Here's what I'll say. I said I need to get to New Orleans to try gumbo.
Oh, okay, I feel you.
It's like I need to get to New Orleans to try a Sazerac. You get what I'm saying?
I feel you. I guess I could say I like the idea of gumbo. I've never had it straight from New Orleans, so I've never had it from a New Orleans native.
We got family out there apparently, so
I got cousins everywhere.
Shout them out wherever y'all at. And it ain't just because your last name Driver, because I told you I looked up I was looking for a new primary doctor, and Paige Driver was some white ass woman.
I don't know. I fuck with Adam Driver though. That's my guy.
He alright.
Han Solo.
He alright. But yeah, how you wanna wrap this?
On my end, I wanna wrap this. You was really
going somewhere.
Yeah, I'm just in a space.
And I was like, let me just let him get this off.
I'm sorry, I'm in a space. I think I want to address the Black community directly. For Black women, I will say so much. I will take some accountability, because accountability is also a part of this episode.
Absolutely.
I will take some accountability and say I've not always had my eyes open to the plight and the frustration in the state that you all constantly live in. Mm-hmm. And not only did I not always see it, but sometimes I played into the oppressor's hand and kind of marched it forward. But in my now spending more time with Black women, intentionally dating Black women, intentionally shutting the fuck up and learning to listen to Black women, because I struggle there as well. Mm-hmm. I'm a yapper, but I'm learning to listen. What I've learned is that there are a lot of forces against Black women, and I'm talking about globally. Mm-hmm. But there are also a lot of forces against Black women within the Black community, and sometimes it's also other Black women. And I will have to say that I believe you're all inherently good, no matter how heads butt. I think that, again, accountability and self-awareness and overall just love, man.
Yeah.
Can't we all just get along?
Instead of worrying about what crew they're with,
what set you're rolling with, why don't we all be brothers?
Yo, okay? Bill Gluckman for president. Fuck Trump. Get him out of here.
Bill Gluckman down with the bitches and hoes.
I
also don't believe in that, because I know bitches and hoes are not real. I don't use that kind of language. It was from a movie, I swear to God.
I think Nea's final thoughts will be I'm dead ass.
Shout out Jerry. That's my nigga.
Shout out Jerry. I think my final thoughts go back to the collective. Sometimes, because even when I said like my collective is this specific group, it could feel a little like there's some exclusivity there.
And there should be.
And I mean that. But I don't mean it. I don't mean it.
It's like, intentional.
It's intentional, because I feel like what we need to work on right now is practicing that and actually honoring the fact that we are capable of private clubs as well. Every club don't need to bring a +1. There doesn't need to be a token guest at every, and cancel the fucking barbecues for me, please, because
cancel the cookouts,
cancel the barbecues. I want the focus to be inward. I want you to look inside. I want us to look inside, and I want us to be able to look around and see inside. So you've got to do your self-work.
Yeah.
And I'm doing mine too. I'm not the type of bitch that's just going to be telling you, beating you down. Like, I'm doing it. So that I can look around and be in alignment with who I'm around.
Yeah.
And then we can all about face and actively
look at the problem.
And solve it. And I love us. And I love anybody that loves us, that is actually loving us. Yeah. And in loving us, it's promoting. In loving ourselves, promote your fucking self. And last but not least, gingers are not black. And I don't know where the fuck that came from. I'm not going for that. It's fucking chop. I'm not going for that.
That's whack. Chopped cheese for that shit.
That's whack. Y'all gonna let sinners come out and then y'all gonna spin it and tell Irish people they black?
And I get it again, because if we going back historically, but we're not gonna go there. Let's just keep. I don't want to keep
going backwards. We trying to make some progress. We always want to every fucking 50 years go back and solve a problem. There's problems in 2025
that stem from problems from 500 years ago.
Gingers ain't black. This is the Midseason Podcast. I'm your host. These are cameras. That's Jay. Like, what the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm on one. Like, I felt like I needed like a real aggressive clip before we signed off. I did too much.
Sorry, I was gardening before I came here. And
love that.
Like I said, these are cameras.
Look,
you've just been punked.
No, you've been warned. If you're not gonna do the fucking work, you see where you end up.
Hell yeah. I'm trying to end up at the Brown Get Down. That's all I know. You heard about the Brown Get Down? It's basically like a combination, like people of color. They said, fuck the cookout. We're going to make it the Brown Get Down. It's like, it's black people. It's
a private club.
It's Latin people. Mm-hmm. It's like anybody that's of color, like ethnic. Like
Indians?
Natives.
Well, no, I'm literally thinking Indians. Not Indians, because they...
I don't know. I didn't get that deep into the research about it.
Let me tell you, somebody got to look that up, because I got some Indian neighbors. They are niggas. Stereotypical niggas. If we're looking at it from the guise of stereotypes, they are niggas.
I'm cracking up.
But the Brown Get Down?
The Brown Get Down.
Sign me up.
I'm like, listen, I've been to a quinceañera. I've been to a birthday party where it is majority Latino and Latina people. Mm-hmm. And I know how my niggas get down, so that'd be something turned up.
Sign me up.
I'm there.
I think the last thing was follow us on Instagram at Midseason Podcast.
Yes.
Subscribe to the YouTube, because that's out now. We got a few subscribers. We gonna
let's pick it up.
We building it up. The podcast, the YouTube is the Midseason Podcast. You'll see the green logo. Because when you type in the Midseason Podcast, they show you everybody mid-season episodes of their podcast, which is...
That's fun.
It's fun, but look for the green logo and subscribe. We gonna keep these things coming Thursdays. It'll be Thursdays, every other Thursday, I'm feeling like.
Okay.
For the full episode. We'll drop them in full once we get a good amount of subscribers.
For shit show.
So yeah, I'm a rapper, I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter, I'm a speaker, I'm a curator, I'm a creative director, I'm a producer, but I'm an advocate for us. Get in the booth.
I'm a lover, I'm a fighter, I'm a soul survivor.
I wanted to throw this mic.